goes in Fratic. He's got to be careful about that. Through Bank Sabadell, that's a lot more neater and nicely put together. And there in the Scuderia, how is he going to find his time? 14.8 currently is not representative. We'll see what this is over the line. It's 11th at 12.072. Crucially ahead of M Sky Z, you'd feel, has a little bit more safety, but that clock is ticking down, and these times are going to be flying in. There you can see Scott moving only to 13th, so might be a driver in trouble. Matty can only put himself to the bubble. Meraki looking for a little bit of safety in the Williams. Checker flag out then here in Q1, and you're going to have drivers in. Oh, massive kick of oversteer off the exit, having to wrestle the car like an octopus in a washing machine. There, that was always going to be key. Kalen goes 7th fastest. Meraki goes safe in 10th, which puts Matty in trouble in this lap, and now Scott in trouble in this lap because that guy Vince now moves up into P6. So question now, Red Bull and Mr. Dale, can you find anything to move up and gain an extra position or two here in the end of Q1? Heading to the line, it's time improvement 6/10, but that's not good enough to find position. Peya in trouble right now in the V-car, and that could be something just to keep in mind in terms of him. 18th will not be what the doctor's ordering. 13th's a lot better. That will put both Kick Salvers in trouble, but got an extra lap. So is there enough in there? Answer's going to be no, and that will be that then in terms of the qualifying efforts of Q1. So Punju, Mr. Dale, Matty, and both the Salvers here on M Sky Z and Scott here, Hayden, are out. Yes, and now at the crucible of this going through, ME13 realising times needed is a 10.5 up at the second sector. Alex Gillen out there on a lap. El Rey out there on a lap at the moment, and these drivers are all looking around thinking, well, what is safe out there? And Fratic is going to be the one who's going to be looking around. The checkered flag out then. Here goes his Scuderia Ferrari teammate up there in 7th position. The jump up then from El Rey gives that a little bit of safety. Tiamat Marduk now 9th, and Fratic on the bubble. Peya unable to move up past. That guy Vince can't find enough. So now Rob in the pits. Alex Gillen, are you in, are you out? That's the next question to ask, and the final question to ask. Heading over to the line, Alex Gillen will get through at the cost of M. Fratic. My, Tiamat Marduk, did you leave that as close as possible? The only other driver who could potentially improve is Kalen, but we expect that Kalen, after dirtying up the tyres, is going to dive into the pits and does. Rushing about for the line. What is the benchmark for everyone to get to? 11.4 for GB68. That's not bad.
And the best time's going to come in those final moments of qualifying. ME13 Gaming, the only Ferrari out there today. Of course, no Razin Shai, so ME13 is going to be replacing him and trying to score some good points for the Scuderia. Rounds it the penultimate corner in towards the final one now. Now, of course, yet to set a lap time. Is this an old set? Is this a new set of tyres? It's an 11.7. It's a very strong lap there, so that must be... If that's on an old set of tyres, that is a very, very good lap there from ME Gaming. But, of course, up at the top, no surprises. It's Tom 97. DRS wide open as you head down in towards the tough left-hander. It's all about traction through here. Throw the car in, let the momentum carry the car through the corner, then get back on the throttle when it is safe to do so. Meraki got that perfectly through the final couple of corners. It's a strong lap so far from the Williams driver.
Well, GB68 has already seen the checkered flag, can go no better than second. Here goes Meraki over the line, 4th fastest with that on an 11.5. Safso only can manage 8th place with that. That's not what the doctor ordered. In place of Razin, it's M13 going 5th. Tiamat Marduk can put it on the front row. So now, who is going to make the challenge? Is it Nogueira? Who's going to find that there? Is it going to be El Rey? Tom's not going to be able to improve. And I think that other Tom 97, might have it safe. How heavy over the curbs do you want to go, Nogueira? Trying to find this. Tom improves slightly, 11.222 in the Visa Cash Out RB. But look out, El Rey, the king is in town. and he can only find front row. So that was as close as he could possibly throw it, but it was about 100 short. Nogueira clatters his way through Europe car, absolutely brute forces his way through New Holland, and hits the line and can't improve. A big qualifying there, and Tom 97 on top of it all. They certainly do, and of course we do have those 5 lights, and we are underway. 66 laps here in your EA Creator Series, and immediately Tom 97 doing well. Tiamat Marduk with a great start then here in this race, and challenging for the race lead down the inside. He will take that away, and brilliant over Tom. El Rey down to third. Alex Gillen with a stormer. He's in fourth. Hard tyres on for GB68 as he looks to make that progress. Look down the inside. Here comes Nogueira trying to go through. Rainbow on the strategy. Everyone's got a different one in call.
Very aggressive lunge there from Alex Gillen down into the first corner. And it's a slide from the Haas driver. Round he goes, and he's going to drop all his way through the field down into 20th position. Nogueira also falling through the order as well. It must have been contact between those two. I was speaking about him. Over aggressive into the first corner, went 3 wide with the 2 Aston Martin drivers, made contact with GB68, I believe it was, and now finds himself right down at the back of the field from those drivers. And Zafso all over the back of the Aston Martin right now through the final corner. We spoke about at the start of the show, as long as you're close through that final corner, you get a great opportunity to overtake down into turn 1. El Rey not fighting that at all, knows he has a championship to fight for, knows it's a long season, doesn't need to risk it so far on lap 4 of this race. The red arrow probably would have just started to creeping in, and unfortunately there is Punju is out of this race. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Safety car, and that was the exit of the left-right chicane there. Punju's car was spotted in the background, and Scott, I think, is a little bit too far back that the car is possibly going to disappear by the time that we get to it. But yeah, for Alex Gillen, just off the circuit, loses the traction, of course, being there. As a driver, you're always going to go for that gap until it's too late.
But you can see on board, he's chasing down the Ferrari of Infratic just ahead of him through the left-hander down towards the second sector we go. And note his electrical deploy on the right-hand side of your screen. It's on medium, and as he goes through the corner, trying to adjust his brake ballast, he flicks it into overtake and finds himself in the wall. That is so unfortunate for Punju there, and that is his race ended.
Tom 97, just as we were trying to get through all of that, had actually just made the move back through on Tiamat Marduk right before the safety car. Most drivers coming back out then on a set of hards or a set of mediums. It's at 7 laps, so it's pretty interesting, Hayden, in terms of how you set it up and get together, whether you feel like, okay, we've done 7 laps, I still feel like I'm on the same strategy, or I've done 7 laps and really it's not going to affect my strategy, so I should just stay out. And it's probably going to try and wait for that final corner to try and get that launch, and now trying to get through. Oh, huge wheel spin, trying to get that going through the quick short shift into 4th gear, and if Tiamat Marduk woke up to it, he might have a chance here down the front stretch to get that move sorted. 3.5 tenths of a second, no DRS of course until lap 2, so he's just about got away with that, has Tom 97, but that could have been disastrous on the restart. And now look at Tiamat Marduk use his medium tyres at this point. DRS enabled then and charge along this front stretch. They won't have it at the moment. The activation line was there, but watch out. Here goes Ben Daly to the inside. Tiamat Marduk will move back forward into the race lead here on lap 11. That's not the surprise that we were expecting because of the fact he's on the medium tyres, but now Safsho has got the chance to really try and hammer home an overtake, and he would desperately want that. And look at them as they fly through Repsol, all of them staying in range. And this is where Tom 97 feels like he's got the car back into the window that he believes that he can want. Look at the overspeed on the straight. Tiamat Marduk, see you later. And watch out in the back there with M-Sky Z soft right now with Emphatic and Rob all there together. Make some room. There's hardly any there. Almost front to rear tyre contact between M-Sky Z and Emphatic. And now Rob with a big look here in 10th position, heading to Repsol corner. Whoa, down the inside. Nogueira's flying. through every single stage of this field, and that is Nogueira. M-Sky Z next on the list. Tiamat Marduk back to the race lead, but here is Nogueira down the inside, and now make that P8, and he'll be lining up that guy Vince next, and that guy is going to be looking in his mirrors and going, no, I don't want to be that guy. I want to look behind, not have to deal with Nogueira, who is making every pass look like butter.
As we're watching Tom 97 and these two, this is just the story so far of this race. These two just chopping and changing positions, working together to get the job done, as Bob the Builder once said.
Well, you have to say at this point, everyone's looking, and that's troubles for M13, running wide at the opening corner, and suddenly it's that guy Vince who might want to take this one. Back of the train you go, looking down the inside, will fight around the outside, but has to yield here for fear of running off the circuit. If he's got a little bit of overlap here, might have a chance down at Sayat, and look at that mistake from that guy Vince. Didn't have confidence to turn in. Little bit of argy-bargy, but it does get the job done.
But Nogueira is a driver that I think can certainly get in the mix, and look him go for it now on GB. It through turn 3, the door is open. If he can brake late enough into turn 4, he needs to get on the traction early enough to get the advantage on GB68. We will now have the inside line going into turn 5, goes the long way right around the outside. Nogueira has been putting on the move today, and he is showing no signs of stopping, moving up into P5 in the F1 Grid Series so far. There's a bit of tyre smoke there. Up ahead, there's a yellow flag, and it is, yeah, Mr. Dale. Good spot there. I was wondering what you were going on about there, as he looked like he was crabbing out of the corner. And Mr. Dale, again, just making those errors that we unfortunately do see time and time again from the Red Bull driver, is down into 17th, but is going to need a safety car to try and get himself back in this race.
Or that, or look up at the sky. It has got dark and gloomy, and he might need the heavens to open to try and give him any hope of coming back through in this race. Mr. Dale, not ideal, coming again out of first corner and catching it incorrectly. Tom 97 with the fastest lap of the race, but look at the work Nogueira's done. He's now up to third.
And really push. They will have to box again because the rain is on the way, as Nogueira fights with Tiamat Marduk and moves into second place of this Spanish Grand Prix, and now is hunting down the race win.
From Nogueira right now. Tom 97, Ferrari off! And that'll be emphatic, hard into the wall, and a safety car is deployed again.
It's going to be a great opportunity. I don't know what the weather's going to be doing, but it could be a good opportunity if the weather is on its way to potentially look at some intermediate tyres. But for those other drivers, they can now come into the pit stop and make a free stop. It's going to be really unfortunate for those drivers like Zafso, like that guy Vince, and the McLaren of Kalon, who very recently came into the pit lane. But Tom's in the box. Nogueira, this works out amazingly for him because he's been pushing those medium tyres so hard to catch up to that front runners that now he gets a free pit stop, can go on to brand new set of tyres, push till the rain comes, and is certainly in a fight for this race win.
40 laps to go here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's him, Nogueira, Tiamat Marduk, El Rey Geary, the championship leader, in fourth. We are back to running here, and look at El Rey Geary back in third. You have got to try and see this, because look at how he has just picked the pocket of Tiamat Marduk.
Yeah, great restart from El Rey Geary, and also a great restart from Nogueira up until turn 1. But of course, the tyre temperature just isn't there for the Mercedes driver, and he's going to be losing positions now. Not only to El Rey Geary, Tiamat Marduk's going to want to sniff down in towards turn 4, unable to do so as Zafso was on his outside.
With El Rey Geary, despite being on the back, Tiamat Marduk back through on Nogueira. His tyres fighting to get up to temperature. Pick a pocket, why don't you? Artful Dodger stuff. Then from GB68, looking for the inside. Trying to get this one sorted, then through Renault, and he will unlock that pass, but don't give this one up just yet, because on the outside, trying to find the angle for 5 is going to be the chance then for Zafso, who has to yield.
Yeah, they certainly are, and it's going to be full effect down this start-finish straight. Here's GB68 on the back of Tiamat Marduk. Are these two going to start to work together? Tiamat Marduk doesn't fight GB68, and that might be the case.
But this is the race. Tom 97 and El Rey Geary have had 2 safety cars, and El Rey Geary pulls the pin and says, I will lead my home Grand Prix.
especially as we get towards the wet period, because if they can stay over that set, but no, El Rey Guri has just picked up a 3-second time penalty. So this working together is going to be even more important for the Aston Martin driver, because now they need to break a 3-second gap in order for El Rey Guri to get some really strong points today. I think that was the wise choice from Zafso to come into the box, as Tom97 has also picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And if you're Team at Marduk or you're GB68, you are licking your lips at this stage of the race. Oh yeah, and we got yellow flag sector 3. I'm not too sure if that's going to throw anything into the mix, as Meraki goes right around the outside of F1 Scott there. These guys battling so hard. I think they've realized, okay, we're not going to get any higher positions in this race. Let's just fight it out, as Mr. Dale comes into the pit lane, retires. He's 1 lap down, thinks that this race is done, unfortunately for him. And another sad day, unfortunately, there for Mr. Dale.
In a context basis as well, Alex Gillen, safety car! Safety car, Alex Gillen's got no front nose!
That is huge for the potential race win. Tom97 and El Rey Guri will have their head in their hands right now, because that has thrown away a potential race win for both of them.
We can watch our board here with Alex Gillen slightly loses the car, clips something on the runoff there, and into the wall he goes, completely losing his front wing on the barrier.
It's a question of how well that goes. You can see Tom right now here, Hayden. He is desperate to get some heat in. Oh, he's got around!
Oh.
He's got around the safety car, my word!
Tom97 has thrown the race win away with a poor strategy call, and then put him in a situation where he's got to really aggressively heat up the tyres, and he's just put himself in the wall.
But everyone else is looking around, and that's an early gun then from El Rey, but I don't think he's got enough of what he wants. We'll be back underway and racing here on lap 55 of 66, 12 laps to go. Here comes Tiamat Marduk, looking here with the slipstream, hoping he can get close enough. No, runs out of battery to make it happen. Well, here's how close it's going to be. Nagera to the inside. Watch out for Tiamat Marduk! Trying to find a way, he can't. Now trying to find that angle. He gets shot in the gravel. There by El Rey. And suddenly, there are championship implications finding their way forward. Tiamat Marduk now with Alex Gillen.
Old rivals coming to blows. Team Marduk and El Rey Guri. As Team Marduk just shoved Alex Gillen off the track as well, from one rivalry to another. And I just know Alex Gillen will not be happy with that. And Team Marduk saying, really, after the El Rey Guri one, and I'm sure Alex Gillen is going to be saying the exact same thing to what Team Marduk did to him. As the rain is coming down, yes, you called it well, the rain is falling. But how long is it going to be until we get onto those intermediate tyres?
As now you've got Tom and you've got GB68. Now the big key for the crossover is watch when the DRS gets shut off. Tom through. Oh, that was close for GB68. He nearly got taken out there with El Rey. I think Tiamat Marduk might decide he wants to try and come in. Look at how it conglomerates through as everybody's looking around for what they need. In comes GB68. In comes almost everyone now. It's a mad scramble for the pits.
It really is. This is crunch time right to the end. Have they got the right call? And also, are there enough laps in this race that the intermediates are the right tyre to go on? Because we've only got 6-7 laps left to go in this race now.
DRS gets disabled. Now surely's the time for these drivers to dive in for the pits. Look at how much El Rey fighting, gliding in about through Europe car. In comes your top 3.
Yeah, into the box. Nobody wanted to take that gamble to see whether the intermediate tyres will have enough, as El Rey Guri had a little look and then gets stopped dead coming into the pit lane. So trying to attempt an overtake on Tom there has actually lost him even more time in this race, and that's going to be really disappointing there for the Aston Martin driver. Alex Gillen also into the box. Where are they all going to come out? Where they're going to come out around GB68. Did he make the right call, or was it better to go one lap longer? Here comes GB68, and it was the right call as Tiamat Marduk goes to take the lead around the outside, and he does it, taking away the win at the moment from his friend. GB68, Tiamat Marduk takes the lead.
Yeah, and that's the key. Every place El Rey Guri can get is more that he can defend himself with. Here comes Nogueira down the inside. Little bit of contact side to side. And now they'll scrap. Here through two. Slight push off the road. Watch out. Down the inside. Tom might try the Hamilton and get this one sorted. He might get one for it. And that is GB68, who might be thrown all the way back to fourth place after holding second just a few corners ago. And there he loses it. My word. El Rey right now is seeing that the king might be dethroned at this point. Straight down the inside of Kamsa on the final lap. How often do you see that move done? That is a great pass there, but it will be Pyrrhic in terms of what he is looking for, because you have to look at Tiamat Marduk, and right now he found pace in the rain, bided his time. Yes, he had contact, but look out through Europcar, because Tiamat Marduk is going to conquer Catalan down through New Holland. Tiamat Marduk wins it in Barcelona.
Tiamat Marduk takes home his 9th race win in Creator Series in his career, and he is going to be very, very happy about that one. Puts him one step closer to closing up to El Rey Guri and Alex Gunn, who finished in P5 and P7 respectively in today's race. A lot of points gained on both those guys. But for Nogueira, he takes home his first podium in Creator Series. Great result for him there. And of course, Tom picking up the final place on the podium as well. What a fantastic race.